everyone, welcome back to the Soulless Photography YouTube channel. Today we'll be looking at another quarterfinals match, this time Leverage taking on Tsunami in the D2 division. But you already know what I'm going to say, so if you enjoyed this video at any point, please feel free to leave a like down below. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already. I release a new video every week, sometimes two. Click the bell icon if you want to get notified every time I upload a video. And you can click the join button down below to check out the different tiers of membership for my channel. Memberships are a way to support the channel monetarily and gives you access to videos early as well as ad-free viewing. Alright, let's talk about the two teams playing in today's match. So first off, let's talk about Leverage. The team was just coming off a second place finish at the NXL World Cup 2020 event, and obviously we were really looking for that first place finish at NXL. The team went 3-1 in the prelims, beating some really strong D2 teams, but they did end up losing to CWE Power by 1 point. Their roster has stayed really consistent over the years, but they have had a couple people fill in here and there for events. Now let's talk about Tsunami. The team is based out of Colombia and performs really well in the CCP League. But when it comes to the D2 division in the NXL, they're pretty middle of the pack team. They placed 10th and 13th at the last two NXL events they played. As far as I know, their roster hasn't changed too much over the last couple events, but they do have some newer D4 players on their team, so they could be fill-ins for this event. Tsunami went 2-2 in their prelims, losing to DMG and Austin Notorious, but they had a great game against Colorado Blitz, winning 5-0, and the same goes for the Pops crew match. So again, like their record 2-2, they were looking pretty middle of the pack to this event. Now, with both these teams heading into the quarterfinals, Leverage has a chance to make a run at the first place finish again, and now Tsunami has a chance of making a podium finish if they can beat Leverage. Alright, so now we're going to talk about the layout at the NXL Philly event. If you've seen this already, you can skip right to the match. Okay, so now let's go over the NXL Philly layout. So first off, let's talk about the breakouts. So unlike the picture here, the field itself had almost no grass on it, especially by the time Sunday came around. That made it hard for players to go to certain spots off the break. So teams in practice were going into this snake right here, and sometimes into these Doritos right here off the break. But because it was really hard to slide anywhere on this field, most teams weren't going straight in. Another problem with this layout, and it being mainly just dirt, was that anytime you moved anywhere, there was a cloud of dust behind you. So even if you made it into the snake off break, there would be a giant dust cloud behind you so everybody knew where you were. And the same thing goes for anywhere else on the field. If you went D3 off break, there would be a cloud of dust and everybody knew where you were. So it was just a little bit harder to move around. So with that being said, I think most of the time we saw a home player, a D1 player. You could vary up this guy either going here or here, this position here, and then the snake side could really vary it up. I think most of the time I saw players going here. Once they got here, they would delay and go into the snake or go up to this wedge right here. But you could also send them to the corner and then straight up, or send them into the mini W right away if your snake guy wanted to risk that and then climb into the snake from there. But this seemed like a very general breakout for most teams. So if we take a look at the D side, there's no straight line down the D side until you get up to this D3. So it really became either the home's job, this bunker, or this bunker to really hold down that D guy. But if you were a D1 player and you got here off the break and got a kill early, you really could put these players in and just go down the field. And the same thing goes for the snake side as well. If you got the wide guy off the snake side, you were pretty much able to just fly down the snake. That's a pretty general rule for paintball layouts. If you kill the wide guy, that's the side that you push. But on this layout, that rule seemed very prominent. It still played really aggressive despite the field conditions, which was nice to see. But this layout could have been so much better if we had good playing conditions. But that's it for the layout, so we're going to jump into the raw match, and I hope you guys enjoy the video.
Game on.